Hello, my viewers of Dr. BMS. I want today to talk about a concept of codependency that is rarely discussed. Codependency, for those who may not know, in the field of alcohol and drugs, of addiction treatment, codependency refers to that situation where the family or the social unit around someone who is abusing alcohol and drugs behaves in a way that perpetuates the abuse, the addiction to alcohol and drugs. And so usually they are overcaring, they are overprotective, they cover up for the mistakes that this person does in the course of abusing alcohol and drugs. And this makes it easier for the person in addiction to continue because there's someone ready to bail them out, to give excuses, and they are rarely left or made to feel the consequences of their action, which they should, so that they can contemplate change of behavior. That is classical codependency and enabling behavior, which we've talked about in many videos on Dr. BMS and in our family meetings whenever we meet families of people who come to us for treatment or for counseling. Today, I want to talk about a variant of codependency and enabling behavior in a family. And this variant, I'll call it paradoxical codependency. So the one that I described earlier, the one we've talked a lot about, is the classical, is the usual, is the commonest way of codependency and enabling behavior by family members and social units around someone in addiction. The paradoxical one is that behavior which, although on the surface it looks different from the classical behavior, but it achieves the exact same result as the classical codependency and enabling behavior. And so when you look at it from the point of view of the results that it achieves, then you realize that this is just a different form of codependency. And that's why I called it the paradoxical, or the one that looks like it is not, but actually it is. So what is paradoxical codependency? In the classical codependency, you are generally over-loving, over-protecting, giving a pass, giving excuses, smoothing the way for this person who is abusing alcohol and drugs, missing out on their responsibilities. So you bail them out from time to time and make it easier for them to continue. And you do that because you want to show love and you want them to see like you love them and they come back. Usually this classical codependency is accompanied by entreaties. You plead with this person, oh, please change. You see, we love you. We'll always be there for you. We can do anything for you because you are one of our own. And so you hope that as you plead with this person and make things easier for them, they'll in return feel some love or pity for you, and they will change because you want them to change and you don't want the family's reputation or the good name of the family to get soiled. So that's a classical codependency and enabling behavior. In the paradoxical, it is the exact opposite behavior, but the results are the same. So instead of over-loving, over-protecting, giving a pass, smoothing the way, you dislike this person. In fact, you hate them. You mistreat them. You make their life very difficult, and you hope that this tough love, as we may call it, is going to make this person to change. So you shame them, you abuse them emotionally, sometimes even physically, and you do all the things that you can to make them feel pain, to feel that what they have done is not good, and they will face the wrath of the family whenever they come home drunk or they are reported to be using drugs of addiction and alcohol. But as you do that, you leave no room for this person to come back and see, like, this family is loving, my family is loving me, and I should engage with them, see what I can do to change, how they can help me to achieve that. You close that gap, and soon it appears like it's just enmity, it is hatred, it is a relationship that is very, very stiff, and there is no love lost between you and this member of the family who is abusing alcohol or drugs. They start feeling like they're outcast. They start feeling like they are unloved, and they feel like there's nothing left for them. Whether they continue or they change from their drug or alcohol abusing ways, nothing will change because my people hate me. They want me out of the way. And so it hardens their hearts, and then it makes them have an apocalyptic approach to life, like, better die or do whatever I do because it's not going to change anything. And when that point is reached, that is when the result of the behavior you are exhibiting towards this person resembles the result that the other family that is over-loving, over-protective achieves. And so these two behaviors, while looking different, are in fact the same in terms of the results they achieve, and that's why we call it paradoxical, enabling, and codependency behavior. So the message here is that while enabling and codependency behavior is not good for any family who have one of their own in addiction to alcohol and drugs, you have to be careful not to go to any extremes and just remain on the center line where you pass a message that we love you, we consider you one of our own, we are ready to work with you, to have you with us, but we will not allow this and that and that. And when you do that, you will face the consequences of your action, not necessarily from us, like we're going to come and beat you and call you names, humiliate you, but sometimes we just let you face the world out there, and it teaches you lessons that you may not pick from the family. That way, then, you are avoiding enabling and codependency behavior, but you are not at the same time tipping yourself to any of the extremes which may have unintended results from what you set out to achieve. That's my message today. See you again in another video of Dr. BMS.